Students, in this session, I'm going to explain you about the non-standard amino acids. What are non-standard amino acids? The amino acids that are not encoded by the genetic code, and therefore during the protein synthesis they are not incorporated into the proteins are called as non-standard amino acids. But still, these non-standard amino acids are present in the protein. They appear in the protein due to the post-translational modification. Some of the 22 standard amino acids, once they have been incorporated in the proteins, undergoes post-translational modifications like the addition of the OH groups, addition of the OH groups, or some might be added with the methyl group, some other might be added with the phosphate group. So like this. So variety of modifications are going to be taken place with these amino acids. As a result, these non-standard amino acids, they are present in the protein. Some of the most common non-standard amino acids are the 5-hydroxylysine, 6-N-methyl lysine, 4-hydroxyproline, gamma-carboxyglutamate. Now let us know their structure. 5-hydroxylysine is basically a lysine. During the protein synthesis, it is incorporated as lysine, but its fifth carbon is now hydroxylated. The OH group has been added to its fifth carbon atom after protein synthesis, and therefore it is called as 5-hydroxylysine. Similarly, in some protein molecules, the amine group of the lysine has been methylated. That non-standard amino acid or that non-standard lysine is 6-N-methyl lysine. Similarly, our proline molecule is also hydroxylated at its fourth carbon atom. See, this is the first carbon atom, second carbon atom, third carbon atom, and fourth carbon atom. The fourth carbon of the proline also has been hydroxylated, which results in the formation of 4-hydroxyproline. Okay, this is also one non-standard amino acid, and the last one is, or the next one is gamma carboxyglutamate. In gamma carboxyglutamate, basically it's a glutamic acid. Basically it's a glutamate with additional carboxyl group in it. See, the students don't get confused. Already our glutamate molecule has an additional carboxyl group. But along with that carboxyl group upon the same carbon has been carboxylated, and which result in the formation of gamma carboxyglutamate. This gamma carboxyglutamate is abundant in the blood clotting, one of the blood clotting proteins, fibrinogen, and there it helps in the due to this additional extra negative charge, it helps in the binding of the more and more calcium ions, and which result in the blood clotting. Okay, students, these are all some of the examples of non-standard amino acids. Apart from these, still more non-standard amino acids are there. Now I'm going to explain you about non-protein amino acids. Students, some of the non-protein amino acids. First, let us know what the non-protein amino acids are there. As their name indicates, they are the amino acids that are not present in the proteins. So these amino acids are not present in the proteins, but instead they perform other functions in the cell. Usually they are present in the cell cytoplasm and in all the cell organelles or in the compartments of the cell. Okay, some of these non-protein amino acids act as neurotransmitters, while some other are produced in the plant cells during the stress as an indication of the stress, and in some other while some other non-protein amino acids are produced as the intermediates of the amino acid metabolism. Now let us know their structure one by one. So the first amino acid I have written is gamma aminobutyric acid. See, the students, I have in the first class, I have in the previous session, I had told you that any compound which is having at least one carboxyl group and an amino group could be called as an amino acid. So here also see this gamma amino butyric acid, as it contains one carboxyl group and an amino group, it's definitely an amino acid, but it is not an alpha amino acid. Simply it is gamma amino butyric acid. Idr structure ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಬಹುದು ನೋಡಿ. ಬ್ಯೂಟರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ಗೆ ನೀವು H ಬದಲು NH3 ಬರೆದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we will get the structure of the gamma amino butyric acid. Students, we all know the structure of the butyric acid. So see, this is first carbon atom, this is second carbon, this is third carbon atom, and this is fourth carbon atom in the butyric acid. Instead of this, out of these three hydrogen atoms in the last carbon atom, if one is going to be replaced by an amino group, we are going to have the structure of gamma amino butyric acid. So it fits the definition and therefore it's an amino acid. Thus gamma amino butyric acid is a neurotransmitter. Similarly, the second amino non-protein amino acid is the 2-amino butyric acid. Again, it is same thing. It is butyric acid only, but the second in the second carbon atom it has amino group. In its second carbon atom, an amino group is present in it. Therefore, it's called as 2-amino butyric acid. The next structure is dehydroalanine. Basically, this dehydroalanine is an alanine, but this alanine divide of two hydrogen atoms. This alanine has been removed with the two hydrogen atoms from this alpha and beta carbon atoms, which resulted in the formation of dehydroalanine. So this is another non-protein amino acid. The next structure is ornithine. So this ornithine is produced as an intermediate in the urea cycle. It is one of the intermediates of urea cycle. And how to keep remember its structure means it is very simple. In case of the lysine, we have 4 CH2 group. If we have 3 CH2 groups along with one amine group, then it is definitely an ornithine. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಲೈಸಿನಿಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮರ್ತೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಲೈಸಿನಿಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಬಹುದು. ಸಿ, in the lysine we have 4 CH2 groups, 4 CH2 groups in it, in their side chain, but here we have 3 CH2 group along with the NH2. This is the structure of the ornithine. Now let us know the structure of the citrulline. The structure of citrulline is also very easy, but it appears very big here. But at the core, its structure is very easy. See, of course, citrulline is also an intermediate of the. It is also an intermediate of the urea cycle. So look at the structure. Nanili enu iga whatever the mark I have drawn here. Look at the structure up to this. Its structure is exactly. Its structure is exactly ornithine. So ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಬಹುದು? Citrulline is nothing but the ornithine added with CONH2. Okay, this just how to keep it in mind. It's citrulline is nothing but the ornithine only, but that has been added with the CONH2. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, citrulline structure ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿರುತ್ತೆ. The citrulline is also present. It is one of the intermediates of urea cycle. The next compound is beta alanine. See, basically it is an amino group is present at the beta carbon atom, and therefore it's called as beta alanine. Similarly, one of the intermediates during the metabolism, homocysteine is produced. Homocysteine is nothing but a cysteine with additional CH2 group. ಹೇಗೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ನೀವು? See, the R group is CH2SH, but in the cysteine, the normal R group is CH2SH. Only CH2SH is the R group in the cysteine. If there is some additional CH2 group, then that molecule is homocysteine. Okay. Similarly, one more molecule is there. Look at the structure of this molecule. This thioneine. Students, just observe this. Observe the structure of this molecule. See, up to this portion. See, it resembles homocysteine. Okay, so and here look at the structure here. If okay, just imagine it resembles some serine molecule. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, just imagine this molecule has been formed by the reaction between the serine. It appears as if a reaction is formed between the serine, the OH group of the serine, and H of the homocysteine, the OH of the serine and this H of the homocysteine, which resulted in the removal of water molecule. It appears as if there is a reaction between the homocysteine and serine, and this compound is nothing but a cystathionine. In some of the metabolic disorders, in one of the metabolic amino acid metabolic disorder, the cystathionine appears in the urine of human beings. So it's having some clinical significance. Students, one more most common non-protein amino acid is homoserine. So it's exactly similar to see the in the previous structure. I have told you about the homocysteine. Homocysteine is nothing but the cysteine with extra CH2 group. Similarly, homoserine, we can define homoserine. This homoserine is nothing but the serine with extra CH2 group. See, in our serine, in our normal serine amino acid, the R group is CH2OH, but here it is CH2CH2OH. So this is the structure of the homoserine, and most of these amino acids, they appear as the intermediates of amino acid metabolism. Students, that's all about the non-protein amino acids and non-standard amino acids.